mean, the Xin Zhao ult is pretty nice. The Galio ult obviously has a global pressure, but I feel like in terms of like massive team fighting power, you know, Chovy was lacking options a little bit, but the Rakan ult is so good, so does hand that over in return and give some power there. We do see them looking at picking up the Alistair in this situation.
The cow, a consideration here. Dura going to lock that one away. So a fair bit of extra engage now going over to Gen G. But this does put a fair bit on Duro's shoulders, it feels like to me, because I think that when you're playing Alistair, you need to make those huge pulverized plays if you want to create an impact. And we've seen some of the Alistair so far this tournament not necessarily find that. So I think we're starting off with a large microscope on Duro, and we'll see whether he's going to be able to get things done here for Gen G. Remember, red side for Gen G, they lost the coin flip moving into this lower bracket final. And so if they can win in game number 1, it would be absolutely massive for this squad, because not only is it a W, you move 1 up in the series, but you break the service game of DK.
Do know.
Nothing standing out as anything absolutely crazy as we dive into game number 1 of this fearless best of 5. Gen G as far as the top lane is concerned, but for DK as far as the summoner spells.
Yeah, they were definitely hoping for more though. I think if Beryl was able to connect that W at the start, I think a kill was on the cards. Fortunately, doesn't come through. They'll take the flash from Ruler, but it's Nezreal, so a level 2, he gets his own flash.
Most of a wave in the lead as he's going to miss a chain. Beryl's going to move in. There's a taunt. Showmaker already taking a lot of damage though, as in goes Duro. Oh, wait.
This could be action.
Guys, this could be a thing. Equalizer goes down. Shu is... He's on the red carpet. Is he going to survive? That's the question. The answer is yes, because he has flash.
Those next set of objectives, which are only 30 seconds apart.
Oh dear. Yeah, the self-silence working out here.
Steal.
Yeah.
Flash still off.
He does manage to get that Crescent Guard. Let's see whether that's going to work out for him in the team fight. Not going to try and chain his way forward, though. As you can see, they're a little bit late for this one. That is going to be one of the grubs picked up by Gen G. But now Chovy dives on forward. True Shot Barrage. Fair bit of work here. That's first blood right over to Ruler. And the heroic entrance does work out. Just unfortunately doesn't do enough.
Now Gen G, they are going to be feeling amazing, right? Win the early skirmish. As Shiu again taking a beating here, as doesn't have flash.
There's the flash out, but Pope comes down, and Keen's tanking the turret for a really long time, but the perfect flash timing gets on blue side so far this entire tournament as Ruler finds a bit of an engage, but Aiming says that he wants it, and Beryl says that he doesn't need to hit grand entrances.
Oh,
that is true. That is true.
More would have been a bit.
Beryl able to exit now, but he moves away because he doesn't want to give Ruler the kill.
Okay. Does a flash, but this is going to be hard to outplay. Level from the ult.
Yeah, there's the Vault Breaker coming in. Equalizer is down, and he's held in there forever. Canyon able to get himself out of there, and this is such a renaissance.
The win conditions, I do think, is unfortunate.
Ow.
God.
Well, they're not fighting.
Yeah, that's not happening. Because we didn't talk about this yet, but the reason why we saw the Vi come back in the meta in the first place was into Zeri specifically. So you have guaranteed lockdown.
Well, what about Rumble for the Zeri lockdown?
By def. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Doesn't stop her from skating over that wall, as we could see there, but it is going to gather Gen G and outer turret in this mid lane. Man, this is...
I think they're really going to lack damage in these fights if it keeps going this way.
Well, Duro going to try and pulverize his way out of this situation. Does have the unbreakable will, as now he uses the headbutt to taxi over towards the Sentinel. He's doing everything he can to try and escape, and Lucid says, no, you're not going to. Aiming is the one that picks up the kill exactly where they want that money to be at.
Contest is coming through. Keen is there.
Yeah, Equalizer goes down. Aiming taking so much from just one ability. Does have the redemption, though, as Canyons dive forward. True Shot Barrage right over the top there from Ruler. As Showmaker looking for that backline. Canyon already down as it's Aiming, stringing these kills together. Big taunt from Showmaker, but can he lock down Ruler? That's going to be the question. Chovy's already dead, though, and Gen G, I think they're already out of this fight.
Managed to win the fight with the numbers advantage, but Gen G's still looking. Ruler's healthy enough. She has the range.
STP.
These health bars are going low as Beryl burning down, and now Lucer looking for the opportunity, but he's put down immediately by Showmaker. Keen taunted as he turns up, almost able to get the kill, and eventually is. And now Shia looking to take down Duro once again. Duro able to clop his way towards this brush. But it's pretty dangerous. 15 seconds on Trophy with no teleport. As DK, they're getting softened up by this Otacon over and over again. The redemption comes down. There's the equalizer. Decent position on that one as well as Lucid taking a lot of damage. Has to use the ulti very defensively. His Otacon down to 3,000. Oh man, are we flipping the game on an Otacon? Is that what's happening here, DK? Let's see what they can get done here as Beryl doesn't find anything. And it's Canyon that locks away the buff. Oh, DK, they had so much control. And in an instant, they kissed it goodbye. Xiu down to 100 health. Keen throwing harpoons all over the place as Duro going the way of Beryl, but this time he has a death prevention buff, and True Shot Barrage is exactly what the start of that word says, as Ruler is able to lock that one down, and that's an ace. And in the meantime, Lucid's trying to farm his jungle. He's not allowed to do that as the Pulverize comes in from Duro, and Chovy even able to throw down his own ultimate against him. Xiu turns up, Showmaker also teleporting in. Oh, it really feels...
He's not there.
Yeah, and when he did turn up, Keen just barbecued him off to the side where he was able to have no teamfight impact at all. As Taunt is going to be able to pick up Keen there as Chovy dives back in. Another redemption to try and keep them alive, but an equalizer gorgeously placed. The Pulverize onto 3 Duro. Oh man, I am a fan again. Don't you worry. It might have been a couple of difficult games, but this guy on the cow is looking fantastic. Ruler dancing around the backside of the fight. Xiu gets melted. A triple kill for Keen's Rumble.
Instantly finish out this game.
And Duro, I thought it was going to be setting some death records without him playing. Currently 1-1 and 15.
Damn.
In this first match on the Alistair.
Absolutely gorgeous stuff here as the first Nexus goes down, and as it dies...
Beryl came back in. I also think that they will be very happy to not see Keen's Rumble again because he completely cooked them.
He did. I'm really glad that you utilized the word cooked there. But there is a lot of very high priority picks that have now hit the bench. You've got Galio that DK have now taken away from Chovy.
And this is a bit of a throwback. Lucid, you can see him kind of chuckle as well. He's been playing a lot of carries, but back on Sejuani duty. And DK just going for what feels like a much more straightforward front-to-back style composition. There obviously is some dive elements with the Kai'Sa, but with the Azir, with the Mbessa, and with the Sejuani and Rel, you really have a comp that kind of covers all bases. If the laning can be better than last game.
It would be fantastic. I do like the idea of a Kai'Sa not even necessarily picked for the dive as well. It's more like an anti-get-all-in, all-outed by Keen, because he drags you out of the fight and then you just ult your way back in again. Maybe that's going to be a bit of an angle here, as the Braum, like you were talking about, is going to be locked in here. So Gen G are not going to be engaging any fights ever, outside of, I guess, Ruler hitting a stray ultimate. And we'll see whether DK can get the angles they're looking for. So sometimes when you see the dual DPS compositions as a Varus and X, if it's lethality, you feel like you don't have as much to get across the line. I think with the lethal tempo, there's a chance the Ruler can carry, see if they can do it. So we jump onto the Rift. Kind of cute. Canyon now moving on over, throwing some Graves towards Xiu here.
He's level 3 and she was only level 1.
Oh man.
Yeah, he wasn't able to get XP. I think this is the big thing why you see top laners often go towards mid, get that level 2 XP and be in a much safer position. But like, Shibu's zoned off so heavily now, really in an uncomfortable position, and they're going to start being able to get plates, obviously with no fortification on the bot side.
Did go for the base to make his way over. Keen is TP towards the top side of the map, but will be up a full level as Xiu finally makes it to a wave. And going to be feeling okay.
Could be a little bit of a dangerous run, as like you were saying, Chovy not quite there just yet.
He's on his way though, and he has 6. Showmaker does not.
Yeah, they can't take this. Barrel's so low. Showmaker has no ult. Kai'Sa's late. This is a mistake if they try it.
Yep, Piercing Arrow also making sure the Beryl has to get out of there. So the first round of grubs going over to Gen G by the looks of things. Canyon going to be able to hold on to that smite for as long as he would like.
True. Yeah, actually TP coming in. Oh, this is very dangerous TP spot.
Yep, you can see Canyon just walks on over and Bramble smashes Showmaker, who gets welcomed back to lane, and now he has 400 health.
Well, I don't think you're contesting grubs.
I don't. That should be 6 grubs. Aiming's going to have his back stopped as well.
Definitely not.
We are not contesting grubs.
No. Unless... No. Beryl's like, unless...
Maybe Beryl can just try and contest grubs himself.
It's a repeat of game number 1, right? Like, they're just getting choked out in lane.
Oh, God. All the while is just being attacked.
It's gone.
They can't fight. They're just not at a strong point right now.
Sid with it? Never mind. With the fact that he's being able to stay up in levels as well as DK.
First.
Yep, they're going to be able to take this Rift Herald by the looks of things, unless Canyon can really book it, but it's not going to be the case. As Ruler wanting to trade for this outer turret in the mid lane. Xiu taking a lot of damage. There's the blighted quiver stacks really getting broken down. Glacial Fissure comes in as Beryl looks for the backline. Empress Divide onto Ruler is gorgeous from Showmaker, and they take him down first. The Killer Instinct into the backline as Keen will be able to go all out and get rid of aiming, but not before he grabs a double kill. Chovy now trying to answer back the fight as Xiu, not the raid boss we saw from him, and he will be cut down. And sometimes you forget about the Cassante. Yep, Showmaker going to be able to make his way in. He's got his ultimate. I don't know whether they're going to be able to steal away this dragon, but can they find themselves a victory in the fight? And the answer might just be no. Xiu going to get caught out of position. The two-man ulti from Duro is so good as well, as Lucid's going to get slowed down, and Genji are now on the warpath. Ulti comes through from Chovy to slow down Miss Piggy, as Bristle is going to get pushed out of the fight.
The Genji the one thing
God.
that Genji needs to be very careful of.
Is this the way back in for DK? The Genji curse of the Arakan fight situation.
Xiu STP, they're gonna have to. This is the only moment I think you're gonna get. If Arakan goes over, Genji wins this game, and you're down 2-0.
Oh, aiming so low, and the red buff just timed out, so no more sustain.
Yeah, Showmaker's also spotted as Keen diving on in. The Magnustorm is decent. The Brambles are keeping them away, though, as Beryl dies. Lucid dies, and aiming just rockets himself into the backline to suicide. Oh no, Showmaker gets himself out of there, and the Arakan will just be secured by Genji.
You have a way back into this one. 2 minutes until the mountain comes up, and if you think they're tanky now,
well,
I mean, he has the buff. Like, you can maybe take him down, but
well, Bramble Smash value is pretty high. He does invest the flash to hold on to his buff for as long as he can. And look at that, Sap sipping his way back to relatively decent help as aiming comes on over. There's the Brambles coming on out there. Canyon still alive, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Emperor's Divide to throw Ruler back towards aiming. The flash forward as Duro wants to be able to get the passive proc, and he will be able to get it. Aiming goes down, and Keen's running amok, managing to land the double Q onto Showmaker and Lucid. Duro still just giving them the door as best he can. Xiu gets in here, but look at Keen. He's immovable.
Oh. Yeah, and also it's 25 seconds.
I actually think if all 5 members of D+ were top, they would still lose soul by the time they kill.
But as soon as they see Lucid here, and Keen just did,
I mean, they just
that should just be free mountain soul.
No, they're giving it up.
He just did the walk strategy.
Oh no!
Hard to kill. He's gonna, and he has the Braum sitting on his. Oh man, it's
And they're probably still going to do it. They're probably still going to try and use everything to try and kill Ruler.
You know what?
And he's going to survive the entire fight while everyone else is dying around him. I would say that they would be the underdog.
I would say they are definitely the underdogs here.
Well, Chovy's going to dive in and really prove that point as the Brambles coming on through as well. Showmaker the target, and he will be executed. The Sundisk.
They don't even get for the shield.
Yes, maybe they did a lot better against Genji.
The actual reason is that Genji very clearly looked like a different team from a couple of days ago, but look at this defense!
Well, there's a Magnet Storm onto a couple of people. The Baron is also going down in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't know whether they win this 3 versus 4. Keen getting healed back up by God knows what. And yeah, there goes the Baron. So the 3 versus 4 keep away of the 2-man Baron is very simply executed.
But we know how reliant DK is on Showmaker actually being able to make plays. And we're just not getting any of that because Chovy is bullying him in every single lane we've seen so far. Like, what is it, like an average 20-30 CS gap every single time we get to our first fight?
As far as Xiu going to get pushed out, the Brambles are going to be used just to zone them away from this inhibitor turret, but maybe Keen's going to look for an engage angle as well. As it turns out, what you need to do is destroy structures, though, and so Genji, all business as they move into the enemy base. He lost a bit. He doesn't have a shield right now. It's now your time as the ulti comes in from Chovy. Oh my goodness, Keen just pushes him into the wall. He gets taken down exceptionally low.
Got him.
Tanking up 2 Nexus turrets was maybe a little bit too much here, but the Nexus turrets are now removed. The Sundisk, as well as the Killer Instinct, flies forward from aiming, but unfortunately, the Killer Instinct was on the side of Genji in this particular game. They're going to go to match point obscenely early in this best of 5, and DK really going to have to wake up now.
Chovy does 1 million damage. Obviously, he was just getting so much poke, but like, it's one of these things where, like, yes, they've committed some big picks like the Cassante for Keen, but, you know, there's still so many champions available. We're only 2 games into it. We're not late and fearless, and Genji is staring down a 3-0.
Violet.
Yeah, the thing is, sometimes you end up with these compositions with a lot of bulky front line that Lilia can kind of just run circles around, and they can't really do enough damage to her. But, I mean, this is a squishy comp from Gen G, but also they have a lot of damage.
There's a lot of circles as well.
Yeah, so I feel like it's one of those games where you can just get exploded. You know, even though the Ryze and the Lilia feel quite bulky in a lot of games, I don't think you'll survive very long if any CC hits from the side of Gen G, and they do have a lot of CC.
Not to mention the fact that they've also got Cannon Barrage, which makes Lilia's life a whole lot worse. I just feel like when you're Lilia, you want to be abusing that massive amount of movement speed that you have.
Yeah,
and you just don't have a lot of that.
Yeah. Ash as well, and then you also look at the fact that when it comes to trying to ever engage onto anyone, has already been highlighted, was already hard. Gangplank adds even another layer to that. And who tanks an arrow on DK? His team is up 2-0.
Not
good day to show up, honestly.
And definitely a good day to choose the Gen G sign.
Exactly.
That is 100% it. We'll see whether it stays that way as we dive onto the Rift for Game 3. And I mean, in Beryl's defense.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, not a jungler!
Lucid's getting duroed. Oh, dear.
Right, I think he can turn
watch out.
around now.
Eve is looking for a turnaround. Yeah, he does manage to hit that level 2, as Duro was thinking, wait, I can't let him get away with it. So he's just going to wander back in yet again.
Yeah, and you know what the thing with Zyra is, as we all know, is that her clear speed is a little crazy. He is going to clear 3 camps while Lucid has cleared 1.
Yeah, that is absolutely ridiculous. The barrels are also going to connect onto Showmaker here. As Shu's down to 200 health as well. Barrels making his way forward, though. There's the flash! Nailing the stun from the passive. Can they take down Chovy? That's the question. The answer is going to be absolutely yes. As Shu on the board. It's
clear.
Oh, and there's no smite for Lucid. This is gone.
Yep, Kane has his.
Yeah. So he just walks in and steals it away. And he doesn't... Okay, he does actually smite it away. As Showmaker's going to have to flash, but the Rune Prison is down.
Barrel's on its way.
Managing to land a lot of damage here. As Canyon still with the flash, does use it here. As
he's going in!
Lucid immediately getting out of there as Duro, the flash heroic charge, and he is out. Not scot-free, though, as that is 2 flashes now on cooldown. He's got all... he also has a passive that works like a button, so it's like he's got 3 levels. As Keen, he's bearing the brunt of it, as the barrels are doing a little bit of work here. He still has flash and still has... It was fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic. As Ruler takes a fair bit of damage from that double up here. As Duro's the one that's copping the brunt of it. In goes Lucid. I think Duro is definitely dead, and there he goes. 2-0 up now for DK.
And it's the use of the lack of flash. Showmaker flashed earlier in that bot side skirmish. Chovy punishes him hard.
Well, there is a make it rain in a bullet time as aiming is flashing on top of Ruler, and he finds the extra autos, but he trades it 1 for 1.
Well, I was the person who said levels were a state of mind, but they are looking pretty important right now in this jungle matchup. This is a good play, though. Even though the W comes out from Duro, it doesn't really stop Barrel connecting. And here, just no flash on Showmaker allows that Charm Flash to come from Chovy, beautifully set up. And then Canyon just chases Lucid away, because really, there's just nothing you can do.
And goes and gets level 6 from that gank in the mid lane as well, so it all just kind of piles in on top of itself as aiming.
This is that awkward moment where after your passive is gone on MF, you're just not doing that much damage ahead of him.
But 35 CS, just that's a large amount of camps. Also able to take this dragon, as we can see here. And the Hextech Drake going over to Gen G. As you can see, Ruler and Duro now moving towards the bottom side. Scaling elements, I guess, on both sides. You know, Ryze will be doing more and more, although he will be doing a bit of dying here as Stranglethorns goes down. He does flash away, but it's not going to be enough. And he's going the wrong direction as everyone gets sleepy. Canyon going to be going down as Chovy has to get himself out of their bowling ball.
Kill there as they do. It also means that now the lead for Lucid is a lot less bad as in we go.
Yeah, Realm Warp to bring Showmaker towards his top lane as Keen is pretty tanky, to be honest. He is getting taken down lower and lower, and there is the combo from Showmaker to lock that one down. Chovy turns up, misses the charm though. Canyon with a lot of damage as Showmaker the first one to go down. Chovy almost surviving. Maybe it's a 2 for 2 as now Duro going to move in, pushes Shu back, doesn't manage to get the full hop, and I think is going to pay the price. Ruler locks that one down with the Q doing that extra damage.
I think the correct call was just to save the flash, because there's so little you can do there.
Showmaker taking a lot of damage. There's the charm connecting, but Chovy's getting sleepy. going to move on over as well. Let's see whether they can land this sleep combo as Make It Rain comes down. Arrow going to be flashed there by Beryl very nicely. The bowling ball just barely making it all the way through as the bullet time is going to be channeled into Keenan. He just doesn't care. Showmaker now dives into the thick of things, and Canyon's going to immediately make him regret it. And Gen G can do no wrong in this fight as already the Rise is on the floor. Beryl's looking for this longer chain once again as Depth Charge is going to connect onto Chovy. Everyone's getting sleepy, but it doesn't seem to matter as the flash over from Ruler. It's vintage kiting here from the Ashes. He does go down immediately afterwards as the barrel not going to connect, but aiming is out of the fight, and Gen G, they find a convincing one.
Coming up in about a minute, but on the opposite side from
there are things on the ground, and the arrow is going to connect there as Lucid not going to die just yet, and he is actually going to be able to walk his way out. Duro dies. I have no idea.
And, Shiu does have flash, might have to use it here.
Yeah, he's going to get slowed down. The Stranglethorns are going to come down first just to get the mobility out, and then the Grasping Roots are a joy because Aiming's very happy to pull the trigger at a moment's notice.
Lucid trying to stack his passive.
This barrel is so frightening. A hook going to go wide yet again. Beryl taking so much damage from the barrel. It's confusing to say, and the arrow's going to connect as well. He burns down, and Gen G don't even need to commit to the fight, and Beryl's just dead.
It's just so difficult to approach against his composition, and Gen G Chovy.
Chovy does watch out, and he doesn't even say eat. He's absolutely fine. Heroic charge onto Shiu, who's now out of position. Stranglethorns to knock him up over and over again. As the Rip Carol flies in, Ruler with a volley to finish off the kill, and now that flank comes through. Lucid hit by that charm as these barrels are coming down, and the non-committal CC is just nutty from Gen G here as Chovy dashes on forward, looks for Showmaker now, who's taking so much, another max range charm, and Chovy is going to add that injury to the insult, and Ruler's going to take another one. I mean, the Dragon went down as an afterthought, and Gen G just decimate the
D+,
fight.
which is honestly like a big CC combo with the, oh no.
Okay, yeah, Shu is in trouble. The arrow was to predict a flash that never actually eventuated, and then Duro just catches him. Steadfast Presence was always there. That was the mind game that Shu was playing, and he's going to lose. Gen G going to augment that with a dead turret as this inner just kind of evaporated.
Yeah, I mean, to me, like the final win Kong for D+ is like a big CC combo.
Or just him being sent home.
I don't get to finish my points. It's
also
not going to happen.
Ruler has cleansed very soon.
Well, Arrow is going to miss here, but the Stranglethorns does not. And there's another circle of Venn diagram of death here from Gen G.
Does Jonah Strong have?
Well, this is okay, so I mentioned this off air. I am pretty sure that Jonah Strong is proof that time travel does indeed exist. And in fact, we're just living in Back to the Future 2.
What specifically about what led up to this point made him think 3-0?
All right, Hail Mary.
Maybe it's the turnaround as Ruler is going to flash. That puts him in pretty good position because there's a teleport coming on forward. That's going to be Chovy joining a three-man Nah. But if it happens when nobody's watching, doesn't really happen as now Chovy's fighting Showmaker. Showmaker finds himself outnumbered as well. Heroic charge is gorgeous as they take down Lucid. And Showmaker going golden in the nick of time. Chovy dashing away. You absolutely need to as Gen G will take down Nexus's 1 and 2. Duro dodging that hook beautifully with the heroic charge. And man, a clean 3-0. Nothing to see here. And what I would have said was who could have seen it coming?
Was the guy that was next to him when he did this a million times.
Canyon just little broed Lucid and said, I'm the OG.
I'm the DK jungler, by the way. Where's your world's title, buddy?
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't quite have it yet. It's great to see.
Yeah? Are you from the future too, Atlas?
Leave the predictions to Jonah Strong.
I did make sure that I said 3-2 though, just to try and throw them off. You know, you don't want to be too right.
Yeah, Jonah Strong's a bit too obvious. He's gonna be investigated.
But you see, that's why Jonah Strong sometimes throws them away, you know, in some of the predictions.
Yeah.
So he doesn't get all of them right, so it keeps people guessing. The man's a genius, and we will never doubt him ever again. Let's have a look at some of these stats here in the postgame. Aiming was getting a lot of work done with these bullet times, but ultimately it didn't really matter because Gen G were just able to get all their ducks in a row. Felt like Ruler did a lot more than I was expecting him to in this game, to be perfectly honest. I thought that the damage graph would be ruled by Canyon.
Thank you very much, guys. This is in fact a post-match interview with the entire squad, including the POM player who was Chovy. So we are here joined by 4 players on the Gen G side because Ruler needs a little more time, and also Coach Kim. A clean 3-0. Keen, did you see this coming?
3대0으로 승리할 거는 전혀 예상하지 못했고.
Well, honestly, not at all.
경기 전망하더라도 이길 수 있을까 약간 이런 생각.
Well, even before the match today, I was kind of doubting whether we can actually win or not, but I'm very glad that we got this clean 3-0. In fact, Jonah Strong predicted a 3-0 win for Gen G. Did any of the Gen G players predict a 3-0 Gen G?
좋진 않았어가지고
Well,
당연히 3대0 예측은 없었던 것 같습니다.
none, because our performance until today was pretty disappointing, so we didn't even see this 3-0 coming. And you mentioned previously that because of the current meta, top laners cannot really make a lot of flexible plays, but today we were able to see a very organic play coming from the Gen G players. How was it today? I mean, everyone did a fantastic job today, so I was able to kind of get carried. What would you like to focus on a top lane matchup in the finals? You versus Zeus. We played up against each other for so many times, so we have a lot of information about each other. So I think drafting will be very important.
기인 선수와 인터뷰 나눠봤습니다. 자, 이어서 캐년 선수 만나보겠습니다. 캐년 선수 오늘
And
이렇게
Canyon.
승리하고 결승전 진출할 거 예상하셨을까요?
Were you expecting this kind of a clean win and qualifying for the finals? I mean, I really wanted to win for sure. And then we actually got a clean 3-0, which I did not expect. I saw an interview where you said you and Duro together are discussing a lot about the level 1 pathing. So what was the main focus when it comes to the matchup up against D plus Kia? Well, it was not D plus Kia specific kind of strategy. We just wanted to go over our own play and decide how we're gonna play out the map in the earlier phase. Now that you qualified for the LCK Cup finals, and if you win the championship, you will qualify for the new international tournament, the first stand. What is your resolution? If we can actually win the LCK Cup, I would really want to win the first stand as well. We will do our best. Chovy. Genji's win streak up against D plus Kia continues. Now you guys are on a 17-match win streak. Well, yes, 2 days before you mentioned that you're going to be the challenger up against D plus Kia, but you managed to get the win. How do you feel? I'm very glad that we were able to take down D plus Kia. I expected us to be the challenger for sure. Was there any specific or special preparation for the D plus Kia match? To be completely honest, we didn't really have much time, so nothing really special, you know. But just like Kenyon mentioned, we wanted to go over a lot about our early jungle pathing together with the support. And what's important about the win today is that you guys got 3 wins on the red side. A lot of teams are showing a higher win rate on the blue side, so what are your thoughts about the side balance? I mean, it depends on the champ select. And so far, our drafting and our performance was not up to par. But today, I think we were able to do our best in any kind of areas possible. And tomorrow will be the finals. What is your mindset and resolution? Yes, it's going to happen right tomorrow, but we are very confident right now because of the performance that we were able to display today. So I will make sure to get the best results possible. Now, Duro, you guys were able to defeat D plus Kia, who was on an amazing momentum. Well, in the previous match, we could see your struggle a little bit on the player cam, but today you were wearing a big smile. How are you feeling? Well, we have gone through a lot so far, you know, but we, in the end, overcame so many of the difficulties. So it means even more, you know. It's more rewarding that we finally made it to the finals. The previous Nongshim match, you know, you seemed very frustrated, but today you even mentioned that you are kind of awakened. What kind of mindset were you bringing to the match today? I mean, me together with Kenyon had so much conversation about the jungle pathing and the movement together. Also, we were having our coaching staff joining us in the conversation as well, and because of that kind of talk and discussion, I was able to learn so much in such a short period of time. And then today, I was able to kind of show what I've learned. Jiro, this is gonna be your first ever LCK roster kind of championship. If you manage to get a win tomorrow, what is your resolution? I really wish I can win tomorrow. I want to make sure that I will continue the form that we showed today. Now, Coach Kim, how are you feeling to make it to the LCK Cup Finals? We were on the losers bracket and we barely won the series last time up against Nongshim, so I was so relieved. And then we got another win today, and then we are now at the finals. I hope we can continue this form and get a win tomorrow as well. What was your main focus today? Early on in the game, you know, especially the grub fight, because we were very weak around the grub, so we wanted to bring out better strategy and better kind of tactic around the grub setup. And then I think our performance overall was very shaky, so we wanted to go back to the fundamentals. Any highlight from today? You know, what was the best play so far? I mean, I think it was just pure perfection. All 5 players were doing a wonderful job, so I can't really choose one. I think we were just on the very low last time. I think we are now back onto the right track. I hope we can continue this tomorrow as well. I'm pretty sure the Genji fans are wishing for Genji's revenge. What is your resolution or any final words for the Genji fans? I think our players can get a little bit nervous because it's the finals, especially Jiro, the rookie player, relative rookie player. But, you know, don't get intimidated because it's the grand finals. You know, you guys are going to do great. Hopefully tomorrow we can host the trophy or the cup together. Unfortunately, Ruler will not be able to join us for the interview, but we were able to hear from all 4 players and Coach Kim on the Genji side. Once again, congratulations on your victory, and we wish you all the best tomorrow in the finals as well. And that's gonna be the end of the interview with the Genji players and the coach, and back to the space. Thank you.